Hey there. I'm wearing my earplugs and I don't want to take them out again, so I'm pretty sure I'm talking at a normal volume. But I'm kind of overstimulated. Um, I have taken my earplugs in and out several times today. I've been sick to my stomach since 3 a.m. and worried and trying to figure out how I'm going to avoid getting evicted. Um, so I had this realization right now as I'm sitting here after I've called the crisis lines already 4 times since I woke up at 3 a.m. And I was thinking about how my coping, do I need better coping skills? Like, I spend hours and hours by myself, like, trying to figure it out or, trying to relax. And then there are times when it just gets to be too much and I have to call the hotlines or I have a meltdown or both. And I sort of had a mini meltdown this morning. My friend, my good friend, uh, needed to stay. He wanted me to stay at his, but I didn't want to be away from my cat because I don't know if I'm going to get evicted or not. And I don't know how many. I want him to be in my life for the rest of my life, but at the moment, I don't exactly know. So I felt I couldn't sleep away from my cat last night. So I asked my friend to come here, and he's not comfortable walking because he's afraid he'll get lost, etc. So I bussed over and then walked back with him. And um, I was going to walk back with him this morning before my doctor's appointment, but battling with my nausea this morning, I didn't feel like I could, and so I decided to call him a Lyft or a Uber, and it I was trying to schedule it for him for 8:30, and the Lyft app wasn't loading, so I had to download Uber, and that worked. But then I accidentally called the cab right away, so they were coming in 1 minute, so I had to rush outside with my friend to show him where they're picking him up because it's on the other side of the block, and um, I was frustrated because on the I had been throwing up and felt like I was on the verge of more throwing up. And I just wanted to rest. And I feel bad about it, but I don't know if it's autism and or PTSD or just my Aries nature or just that I'm a dick. But um, I was really, really ready for him to leave at that point because I just wanted to come back and flop and just not think and just be sick and um, wait until my doctor's appointment. Um, so, yeah, I hope he didn't feel bad like I was mad at him, but I was. He's autistic too, so he probably understands. But I'll reach out to him later today and check in. Hey, buddy. Yeah, the new futon has scraped up the wall, and Doug notices it. It's interesting to him somehow. Huh? But so I realized while I was sitting here that I've been going through this heartbreak. Yes. I even went so far yesterday as to download this app for neurodivergent people to make friends and date. It's called HIKI, Hickey, I guess. And I started to get friend requests from other guys, and I've been so overwhelmed that I have had no desire to meet any of them. Um, I met another local guy on Reddit talking about homelessness, and he wanted to meet up with me today. we scheduled it. I don't know if I'll cancel or not, but I'm just feeling really um, overwhelmed. And we need community, definitely, but I'm realizing that I don't need a partner as much as I thought I did, or at all, maybe. I really just need the resources to be able to live my life. And then I can go out and meet friends and whatever and come home and be alone, and that's fine. This time has just been so stressful because of the uncertainty with whether I'll get evicted or not, and my ex's relative. I reached out to them yesterday, and they told me that if I am going to get unemployment, that they would help me out with this month's rent one time. So I called the employment security department and to find out if I am going to receive it or not, because they're still deciding, and I need it ASAP because I'm facing eviction. And I was told to call them and basically hound them to expedite my case or whatever. So I asked for them to call me back when they're available, and um, I have someone else coming over today to talk with me about employment, and I'm gonna talk to my doctor about all of this stuff as well. I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to be a jerk, but I'm at this sort of desperate point where in my head I just keep imagining saying like, yeah, doctor, I'm not gonna leave until we find a solution to my eviction problem. And that probably wouldn't work. He's a professional, and I wouldn't take that tack in real life. But I am feeling that kind of desperation where in my mind I'm starting to like, yeah, do those desperate things. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the good part of me or the crazy part of me, but that whatever that part of me is has been telling me that it's gonna be okay. Something's gonna work out. Um, I will be relieved then that I get to keep my cat and live independently with him and not lose all my freedoms, and have to couch surf whatever through different um, shelters and things like that. Yeah, this condition that I have where I wake up vomiting or on the verge of vomiting almost every day. I just really want to be able to live here in my own apartment with my own bathroom and my own kitchen so that I can manage this as best as I can, which admittedly isn't that well. But last year I stayed in the behavioral hospital for a week, and it was actually like a really nice vacation, which was good for stabilization, but not really, it didn't really give me anything to prevent the problem from happening. So it happened again. This year I went on medical leave, and because of my experiences, I didn't want to go back to the hospital, which were that at nighttime I couldn't have my door closed, so the hallway light was bleeding in, and I had earplugs, but I could still hear all night long the nurses were walking around and opening and closing doors, and they're like these really big, heavy doors um, that make a big latching sound. And yeah, I wasn't able to rest. I was waking up nauseous and going to the nurse and begging her for some kind of anxiety medication, which I don't take. But at that time, I was begging for it. And Yeah, I liked that I was around people in the same or similar positions, and that we had regular meal times, um, and that we, could watch Discovery Channel, History Channel, and like draw pictures. So I kind of feel fondly about a lot of my time there, but I'm not able to willingly give up my freedoms again. Um, I really went there thinking that I would get diagnosed with autism and that I would receive the resources that I still need, but that didn't happen. And the people who were there, like the person, the social worker, was misinformed about um, how you get diagnosed with autism. She told me that I could go get a brain scan, and I told my doctor this, and he almost laughed. I think he did actually laugh and said it sounded like some kind of future idea that isn't real. And if I want to get diagnosed or assessed for autism, I live in Washington, so I'd have to go to UW, University of Washington in Seattle, which is kind of far from me, and pay, like $2,000. And that was when I had the private insurance. I don't know if it would be different now that I have the state insurance, but um, yeah, that was a year ago, over a year ago. My cat just lunged to bite my ankle. I love him. um, he's such a good little rascal. Yeah, so I mean, you could see obviously why I don't want to lose my apartment, because I love living here with my kitty cat. Like, yes, he's not a dog who will cuddle me whenever I want. Um, he's more like me. He needs his space, and that's okay. I still think he's the best. Yeah, I just I love him, even when you know, I become his toy and he scratches and bites me. I try not to encourage that, but as you can see, I'm not very good at that, because I just love playing with the guy so much. He's the best. Um, yeah, I don't want to lose him. I don't want to have to live without him. Fortunately, there are shelters around here for single adults that allow you to have your pets, but I'm willing to bet there's a waiting list. Um, yeah, so I've said it before. It's not like they're coming to chop my head off or throw me in jail. Although, if you become homeless, my chances of ending up in jail are a lot higher. Um, Not only because my autism will probably lead me to have a meltdown in public in that situation. Um, and when I have a meltdown, it's like I regret it horribly every time, but I basically go ape shit. And I'll scream and I'll say the bad thing and I'll break something and I'll injure myself. And I do have a little um, sticker or whatever on a symbol on my driver's license that I am disabled, so that if I get in those situations, they might be more aware, but there's no guarantee. And yeah, whatever, I'm just hypothetically worrying. I could do that about anything forever. But yeah, this is my life right now. I spent yesterday from 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. engaging with local resources, calling people, trying to figure this out. Um, and like I said, there's a part of me that makes me feel good feelings and imagine that it's going to work out. Um, but the adult part of me, I guess, that is in the driver's seat during most of my waking hours, says that I have to do something about this to prevent the eviction. So I at least know that if I do get evicted, my ex's brother-in-law will let me put my TV and my guitar and my futon in his basement. Uh, don't know how I'm going to get the futon there, but like I could rent a U-Haul um, if I had to. So, and I have Habitat for Humanity scheduled to take all my other furniture next week. I'm hoping that I will get to cancel because I'll be able to stay. So yeah, I just had this realization that maybe want to make a video that I don't need a partner to be happy. I just need the resources to maintain my housing and to be able to buy food and to be able to take care of my cat. So I learned that those are the things that actually matter to me the most. I scheduled to have Habitat come take all my furniture, but I can't. I cannot face losing my cat. But I might have to. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, bye.